Hey, this is Trish here for today's video. It is the 28th of January, and I wanted to talk about spirit guides because I met one of my spirit guides on Monday. This is the first time that I've ever met this particular spirit guide, and actually I wanted to talk about it yesterday and even Monday, but it's been a little hectic, busy the past couple of days if you've seen the last couple of videos. But yeah, this was great to meet yet another one of my spirit guides. I have been asking when I do my mantras and my salutations, at nighttime. I here at my little altar, which you can't see right now, but my altar is right here. But I've been asking for my spirit guides to make themselves known to me because I don't do the whole angels thing, but I know my spirit guides are here and helping, and it's really interesting because I actually met another one. I think he was a spirit guide a few weeks ago, but he scared me. And so I was like, who the hell are you? What are you doing here? So that was well, I mean, in my dream, I was opening the closet here in my bedroom, and there was a guy in my closet, and the light was on. I rarely turn the overhead light on in my closet, but I did, and there was a man standing in the midst of my clothes. So yeah, it kind of freaked me out there for a second. But when I woke up from the dream that day, this was a few weeks ago, I was like, okay, I know enough, about this now. I've been through this enough times. I was like, okay, I can recognize that as a spirit guide. So you're welcome to make yourself known to me, but just don't do it in my fucking closet. You need to come out of the damn closet and, let's have brunch or something, but don't scare me like that. So anyway, so Monday I had this dream, and I've been trying to encourage dreams and astral projection, astral travel. Not so much really trying on the astral travel really lately, because I've just been under too much stress, and it's just not something I really want to do right now. Astral traveling and dreams is enough for me right now. But yeah, I've been going to bed between 7 or 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. Because my daughter's back in school, I'll sometimes go to bed around 6 o'clock, and then I get up, and get her on the bus and help her get on the bus, and then I'll go back to sleep. But I'll go back to bed, but I can't go back to sleep. So actually I wind up working. Like, I'm on my phone, and I'm doing stuff, or I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm making notes, I'm writing, I'm recording stuff. And then I finally fall back asleep like around 10 or 11. And then I'll sleep until maybe 1 or 2. So I'm only getting, 3-4 hours of sleep. So, but William Buhlman recommends a kind of broken up sleep pattern in order to do astral projection. I don't know if you've ever read any of his books. I've interviewed him on my radio show, Aroused Woman Radio, and I hope to have him on again soon. But anyway, so I know that this kind of sleeping pattern helps facilitate dreams and travel, and so anyway, so Monday morning, I went to bed around 6 o'clock, 6:15. Alarm went off at 6:45. I didn't get out of bed till like 7:20. It's like, okay, baby, we gotta go. We're running late. And so I put her, got her ready. She was on the bus, and I tried to go back to sleep. I couldn't go back to sleep. It was about 10 o'clock before I finally fell back to sleep. And sometime between 10 a.m. and, 12 or 12:30 that I woke up again, right around noon, I had this dream. And in this dream, I was in my house in Gulfport, which I never dream about. Normally when I dream and my house is in the dream, it's either just a house that's mine in the dream, like not a house I've ever lived in, it's one of those dream houses, quite literally. But it... normally if I dream and I'm in my house, it's usually one of the houses from my childhood. Either a house in Jackson or sometimes a house in Long Beach. And so anyway, so this was in my house in Gulfport, and I was like, okay, well, this is strange. Why am I back here? Because I left here a few years ago You don't want to go back there. I'm trying to sell that sucker right now, in fact. So if you need a house in Gulfport, let me know. But yeah, so I'm dreaming, and there were people that I knew in the dream, but I don't know them in real life. One person that was in the dream was my mother, and that kind of freaked me out, and that was not a good relationship there. So anyway, so I go down, I go outside, and there's somebody who's just not feeling well. He's ill, but I was like, okay, just take care. We're going to take care of you. And I walk around to the front of the house, and of course the front yard is completely different than the way it is in real life. And then there's a lady. I see these several dogs. And I love dogs. I'm a dog person. Wolves, dogs, horses, love it. And there was a lady, and I said, oh, hey, how are you doing? And I kind of caught her, I was like just reaching out to say hey, and I caught her with my finger, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then she was looking off her here. And that's one of the things that I've noticed in my dreams is that when I interact with people, it's usually because they're doing something, or they're talking to someone else, or they're or if they're talking to me, it's like they're going about doing their business. They don't look at me. They don't look at me in the eye for very long, but my spirit guides do. So like the seeing my mother, seeing other people, seeing that guy who was ill, seeing this woman who were around the dogs, they were all talking to me, but they were kind of doing their own thing and going around and blah, blah. And then I turn around, the way her attention turned was this way, and so I turned this way, and there was a woman standing. She was tall, slender, had short brown hair, had an oval face. I don't think I've ever seen this woman in my life, or not in this lifetime anyway, but she had dogs on either side of her and behind her. She was surrounded by dogs. Sweet, sweet doggies, puppies, love, love, love dogs. She was wearing like a white curtain, kurta. She was like the kind of clothing that people in India wear, and it was white, and then white pants. I want to say yoga pants, but they're the white cotton pants that you wear underneath the shift, and that was my first thought. It's like, okay, she's dressed like she does yoga. In India, because people in America, of course, don't dress like that for yoga. But I was just thought, oh my God, this is cool. And it was white and white pants, and I thought that was strange too. But she looked me dead in the eyes. I mean, she was smiling. She had this great smile, very serene smile. But she looked me dead in the eyes, and she did not waver. She did not speak. My spirit guides, they don't speak, but they look me straight in the eye. Now, just for clarification, I do have 2 instances where I think I have one spirit guide who has talked to me in a dream. His name is Bob, and he's only talked to me once. I've only seen him once that I know of. The other spirit guide who's talked to me in a dream was, and I'll talk about that another time because that was just a cool dream. He talked to me, but there was no sound. There was no verbal sound, but he's a music spirit guide for me. And yeah, so usually they don't speak. And I have another spirit guide who drives a car. Usually when I think I'm in control and I'm in the driver's seat, it turns out I'm backseat driving my own life. And so she'll, it's interesting when she shows up. She has not shown up in a while, and I'm very glad, because it means that I'm okay. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. If I see her in a dream soon, I'll know I spoke too soon. But anyway, so I met this new spirit guide, and the dream stopped right then. I see her, and she's looking at me, and she's wearing her white India yoga clothes, and she's surrounded by all these wonderful dogs, and that was it. But the communication was that I know who she is, I know what she is, and I know that she's here for me. And so I don't know, it was just cool. And it's always interesting to sit and hear people's stories when they come in contact with someone who's crossed over, or a spirit guide. So it's just something that I wanted to share. It's just cool. And of course, it's not something I can prove. So don't ask me to prove it happened, because I can't prove it. It happened in a dream, but it was very specific to the way it happens when I meet my spirit guides. So if you have had an experience meeting your spirit guide, I would love to know about it. Leave me a message down below in the comments so we can talk and learn from each other, because I know that people meet their spirit guides under different circumstances. Thankfully, mine have all been in dreams and have not been in dire circumstances at the time. But yeah, so yeah, just leave a message down below in the comments and let me know what your experiences are. And you know, if you're interested in hearing more about some of my interesting, very sometimes nuts spirit guides, it was only nuts a few times because I didn't understand at the time. I do now. But yeah, it was great to meet them in my dreams and get to know them. It's always nice to know that you're not alone in this lifetime, because it can feel so alone so easily sometimes. And so having spirit guides, it helps. Of course, asking them to make themselves known helps too, and I have been doing that. So anyway. Okay, another long video. It's going to take forever to load to YouTube, but that's okay. You are worth it, and I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. And be sure to leave a comment down below and tell me your experiences with meeting your spirit guides. All right, take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.